I'll be honest, I don't know if I'm pissing these fallen angels off or doing them a favor. Well, I know I at least pissed that one off. You know, that one, Mike L. Phelps. You know, the one that flaps his wings like an angel, even before he golfs, apparently. You know, the one that suspiciously looks like writer H.P. Lovecraft who loved to write about water. You know, Mike L., who is surrounded by all these gold medals. And do you ever see what's on them? Oh, it looks like an angel. And boy, if it's an upside down angel, it sure looks like it's falling. And well, if this was really such a ridiculous theory, do you really think he'd be in my comments saying, don't speak about me again? But this video isn't about him. No, I've been there and done that, and you can go look it up. No, this is about a different angel. You see, last week I did a video about how Jack Johnson sure looks an awful lot like you-know-who. And well, I've already shown how the #1 swimmer of all time is you-know-what. And you want to know who's really good friends with Jack Johnson? The #1 surfer of all time. This guy, Kelly Slater, with the snake logo and the pyramid and the 5-pointed star out of surfboards. Oh, and doing not hang loose. That's a little something different. Well, yeah, he got in my comments defending his buddy Jack Johnson and mocks me and Flat Earth. And then we had a whole nice little dialogue in the DMs. And well, before we get any further, I want to show you a Bible verse talking about angels and how they have human likeness, but each had 4 faces. From Ezekiel 1:5-9. And that Ezekiel is specifically talking about the cherubim angels. Well, did you know the angels that fell and they were led by Satan included high-ranking entities such as cherubim angels? And let's take it back to Kel-E. You know, El like Elohim, like the sons of God or fallen angels. I couldn't help but notice a certain likeness to him in someone else. And you might not see it, but keep watching. I couldn't help but notice how similar they looked and how similar their mouths and eyes were. And I thought to myself, if Kelly truly is RFK, well, Robert is his name. And well, Kelly's middle name will be Robert, because I know how they operate. So you know what I did? I went and looked. And sadly, Kelly's middle name wasn't Robert. No, it was actually his first name, Robert Kelly Slater. So you know what I went and did then? I went and compared their younger photos. And if that's not an exact match, especially those lips, then I don't know what is. Robert. They're shapeshifters. They can look young and old like that.
Time to let y'all in a little bit. Pull back the curtain so y'all ready, man, because here it goes. Hey, y'all, this is Blair.
Sorry, Teddy. I mean Robin. I mean Blair. It was just too good not to use, and he's actually been pretty kind. We might go get coffee. We'll see. Now back to this one. Because, you know, it's funny. About a year and a half ago, I did a video on this Robert over here, saying how he was being played by Mel L. Gibson. And remember how these cherubim angels have 4 faces? Well, 1, 2, the same 1 and 2. Well, we have 1 and 2 and 3. And like I said, I did a video on this a year and a half ago, but back then I thought they were putting on masks, but now I know better. Now I know better that when I see those 2 dots, see 1, 2, it's hairy there, but there's 2. Kind of just like 1, 2 right there, and then there's a little spattering of 3 there. Kind of like, wait for it, 1, 2, 3, spattering of 3, and whose arm would that be? Well, RFK and mELly. Well, when you look at mELly's little scar here, right angled from his belly button, that looks kind of like a mushroom. Do you see that? Like a stem here, and then the mushroom. It kind of looks just like this stem and mushroom right there. That was at the same angle from his belly button. Do you see it right there? And right there. Take a good look. Kael mELly. And like I said in the beginning, I don't know if I'm pissing them off or doing them a favor, because here's Kelly up here antagonizing me, mocking me with flat earth, I think to get me to do a video on him. And I made sure I said, hey, I've got some aloe. I can send it for your widow tummy scar if you want. Like that, my friends. And you want to see my favorite part? Well, have you ever seen how I say they bring their wives with them? You know, because I think some of them are the watchers who transgressed with human women, and now they're stuck with those wives for God knows how long. Well, you see this lady? You see her? Well, that's actually two ladies that I spliced together. You can hardly tell, right? Wouldn't you say that's an exact match? Wouldn't you say? I mean, even when I smooth over, everything's in the exact same spot. The lips are the same, the eyes, the eyebrows even. And hey, that's Kelly's wife. And this other one, oh, it's Mel's wife. And would you imagine that they posed so perfectly at the exact same angle that all I had to do was push their heads together, and look at that. There's your shape-shifting fallen angel, my friends. And I'm sure there's a fourth one out there somewhere that I just didn't have time to find. Oh, and you want to see one more very interesting thing? Their legs were straight, and their soles of their feet were like the sole of a calf's foot. Well, do you ever see when Selena Gomez fell and something looked really weird with her foot? Like, I don't know, it might be shaped like a calf's hoof. That's not normal. Their legs were straight and the soles of their feet were like hoofs of a calf. Now, that looks like a hoof to me. But of course, all this for entertainment purposes. I don't really think that all the greatest athletes of all time are a bunch of fallen angel babies who want to be recognized, so they're DMing me. That's Tia Claire Toomey, the fittest woman to ever live. Tom Brady, the best quarterback to ever live, the best swimmer to ever live, Michael Jordan, the best basketball player to ever live, the best biker to ever live, who was freaking Buzz Aldrin, and the best surfer to ever live. I think maybe I'll do Tony Hawk next. Hawk is a bird with wings. Of course, there's entertainment purposes only, people. I don't really think there's a bunch of fallen angels running around deceiving humanity, getting you to worship them instead of the Most High. Nah, that's ridiculous. Entertainment only.